Hi, welcome back to GP Reactions. Hope you're well, hope you're having a great week, and as always, thank you for subscribing. So I'm going to be listening to a track now by Don Henley, and it's called Dirty Laundry. I've heard this kind of once, but quite a long time ago, and I believe this video is possibly like a kind of a collection of clips put together as a kind of sort of a parody of like media clips and stuff. So yeah, so Don Henley's Dirty Laundry was from the album I Can't Stand Still, and that's from 1992, and I believe this entered the US Top 100 in the Billboard charts in October 1982, and it kind of reached and peaked at around about number 3. So I'm really looking forward to kind of revisiting this and actually seeing if this song has as much relevance today as it did when it was kind of first released. And I kind of remember hearing this in the 80s, so it's quite a long time ago now. So yeah, without further ado, this is Dirty Laundry by Don Henley from his 1982 album I Can't Stand Still. Sorry to pause it. I'm loving this guitar break, and I will kind of maybe knock it back a few minutes or a few seconds. I kind of really enjoying the fact that it kind of feels very relevant, the lyrics of this song, and I can't kind of wait to get my teeth into them at the end. Yeah, sometimes lyrics like this, they never kind of seem to age, and my gosh, I think we're kind of overexposed to a lot of news these days, more so than we probably ever were in the 80s. I'm not sure what it was like in the United States or Canada, but for sure over in the UK, they used to kind of talk about the news, tell us the news. Now they kind of seem to enjoy creating the news themselves sometimes as well.
it's so much better.
So that was Don Henley with Dirty Laundry, and it's quite an interesting array of clips. I hope that I don't kind of get blocked or strike for this. But yeah, it's quite interesting to see all the different kind of news channels there, and I'm pretty sure that. Well, I mean, I'm not sure at all, but I'm hoping that there was no kind of. I'm not going to try and read too much into some of the news stories that were kind of being covered, albeit very briefly in these clips. I think once you kind of get into the go down the road of politics, it can be a bit awkward and strained, and unless it's about the politics of a song, then I'm not kind of really overly concerned. So yeah, the lyrics, I kind of really looking forward to these. I make my living off the evening news. Just give me something I can use. People love it when you lose. They love dirty laundry. Well, I could have been an actor, but I wound up here. I just have to look good. I don't have to be clear. Come and whisper in my ear. Give us dirty laundry. It's kind of like I find like particularly in the UK now, I've noticed that maybe they don't crave it, but they certainly seek out more attention, the newsreaders do, than perhaps their title would kind of dictate. You see a lot of newsreaders appearing on television, in other kind of forms, in dancing competitions, and it was kind of find that kind of a little bit silly, and it's great that they're kind of enjoying life, but it's almost like they want to be more than what they are, and that kind of worries me when they're reading the news to a certain degree. Kick them when they're up, kick them when they're down, kick them when they're up, kick them down, kick them all around. And I think this is, we've been great at this in this country for probably a few decades now, where we kind of love to build people up as heroes, and then we kind of, because it's building our, and then we kind of like to knock them down as well straight after. It's all about selling papers. It's all about selling airtime, and it's terrible, really, because it can really kind of leave people in really kind of poor mental health, and they have to fight these things in court. I just kind of think when you drive any kind of celebrity to the point of a breakdown because you want to get a story, then it's it's kind of wrong. We've got a bubble-headed bleach blonde who comes on at 5. She can tell you about the plane crash with a gleam in her eye. It's interesting when people die. Give us dirty laundry. I mean, that's the kind of thing that kind of really grates on me sometimes. I kind of get the feeling they're not all together with the moment. That kind of requires a certain mood change or gravity. Can we film the operation? Is the head dead yet? The boys in the newsroom have got a running bet. Get the widow on the set. We need dirty laundry. Again, I kind of remember a specific piece. I won't kind of like go into it in detail, but essentially there was like a disaster, and there was a reporter who's also a kind of popular presenter, and she was on scene, and there was a gentleman who had clearly, I think he'd lost people in this particular disaster, and he was clearly kind of distraught. And what she kind of did was to kind of, in my opinion, was to kind of try and milk the emotion out of him to the point where he kind of broke down on camera. And I thought, without kind of wanting to use words, I had to turn the television off at that point, because I was kind of angry that anybody would want to capitalise on what was like a really kind of serious moment, a crisis, in fact. And that kind of really upset me. You don't really need to find out what's going on. You don't really need to know how far it's gone. Just leave well enough alone. Eat your dirty laundry. I think the depth of reporting on stuff, it kind of gets to the point where, they're talking to the milkman's nephew's grandson, who kind of lived next door 5 years ago but doesn't live there at all. And it kind of gets to the point where they're just digging and digging and digging. We just kind of really want to know the news. If something blew up, that's what we want to know about. We kind of don't really need to go into the personal details of people's lives and everything like that. Some people probably enjoy kind of saying that stuff. I think sometimes they kind of go too far. And even if it's a happy story, you kind of like, you're watching it and you're just thinking, do you know what? I want to kind of, I can feel a bit of sick in my mouth now. It's that yucky. And I just think, just stop right now, finish the story. They've had their 2.5 minutes of fame in the limelight, just kind of really just move on, not interested. And that makes me sound like a really old, kind of cynical old bugger, but that's kind of, maybe I'm just seeing it for what it is. Dirty little secrets with dirty little lies. We've got our dirty little fingers in everybody's pie. We love to cut you down to size. We love dirty laundry. We can do the innuendo. We can dance and sing. When it's done, when it's done, we haven't told you a thing. We all know what crap is king. I think that's really interesting. When we haven't told you a thing, when it's all over and done, we haven't told you a thing. And sometimes, like a lot of politicians will kind of waffle on and avoid answering questions, I think sometimes a lot of news reporters or news presenters, they like to kind of waffle on because there's literally nothing to report. And they should just say, look, okay, we're going to move to something else. There is absolutely nothing to report here for this moment in time. We'll get back to you when there is. But then you kind of see the same conversation happening over and over and over again with the kind of the same people, and you're thinking, how long can they stretch this out? There's absolutely nothing going on here. Just move on. Talk about something different. Yeah, I think this song is very relevant. I think it's really kind of appropriate right now, and I don't think anything's changed. In fact, if anything, it's got worse. And but it's a really enjoyable song, and I always kind of enjoy listening to Don Henley sing. And this is the first reaction to, I think, Don Henley on my channel. I might come back and do a few others, but I really enjoyed this because it's been a long time since I've heard it, and it was kind of suggested to me that I might kind of find it relevant now, and for sure I did. So guys, let me know what you think below. Join me in the comments, and till next time, take care of yourselves, and have a great week.